This is Unit 14, Manage Quality. In this, what we're going to do is the aim of the unit is about understanding the concepts of quality, quality control, quality assurance, and quality management. These are the essence or the branches of quality itself, which we will be discussing in detail. They will review this in this context of the organization, considering how to apply principles of the quality management. We will also consider how organizational culture can impact quality. We will be watching out the ethnicity, ethics, culture as well in this topic, in this whole course that is managing quality. With that, you are only allowed to use SMEs no matter what. They are always recommended because if even the larger organizations are complex to use, you won't be finding out the weaknesses for them. It is going to be quite challenging for you people. So it's better to stick to small, medium enterprises only. Then we are having 3 learning outcomes for this course and the respective assessment criteria too. Right underneath all the indicative content is given to you people. You can definitely relate the assignment questions with them. First, we will start with what actually the managing quality is, and then we will jump to assessment criteria 1.1. So managing quality involves overseeing the processes, systems, and activities within an organization to ensure that products or services meet predefined standards and satisfy the consumer requirements. All the quality matters which are in the organization going on related to the product, process, manufacturing, raw material, everything is going to be discussed under the quality of the management. It encompasses various aspects such as planning, that is quality planning, controlling, assurance, and improvement. We will be discussing this now. Continuous improvement, the first thing. You cannot stick to one methodology or strategy in the organization for an XYZ developmental product. We need to change it with the passage of time. So continuous improvement is necessary for it. Then focus of the consumer or the customer focus. First of all, after profit maximization, we need to satisfy the consumers no matter what. Once they're happy, then definitely we can target them, we can target our niche market and produce accordingly. Then we have key components of the managing quality, which was in the unit aim of the roadmap 2. The first one is the quality planning. Defining quality objectives, standards, and processes to meet the consumer needs and expectations. This involves establishing policies, identifying resources, and creating action plans. So what do we do in the planning? All the planning process of achieving the goals and objectives with regardless to whatever the organizational objectives are, we're going to plan it in the quality planning. Then the control, how we're going to manage everything. This is going to be discussed under this heading. This could include the processes. This could include where to fetch the raw material, where to deal or lock the deal with the suppliers. Everything is going to be under this quality control, even the inspections as well. Then assurance. That is checking it whether everything is perfectly fine, whether either the process is perfectly going good or whether the employees you have hired in the organization regarding that project or a product, you have to see them as well. And you can hire auditors, documenters, counselors, anybody can be hired for that purpose. Then coming towards assessment criteria 1, that is evaluate theories of quality management used for organization. First thing you need to focus on the command word. I'm sure your instructor has told you earlier as well. With that, in the assignment, you have to select only 3 theories. Not to discuss every theory, only 2. And here I'll be giving small briefs of all theories. The first one, Dimick theory. This was developed by W. Edwards Deming. This theory emphasizes the importance of continuous improvement, statistical methods, and management's role in fostering the quality. That is, the ultimate aim is quality. But what we are going to emphasize in this, according to Deming, this person, he said that it is important to focus on improvement, whether we are pursuing with the product or we are going to pursue it in the future. Then his theory was based on 14 3 principles, including the constancy of the purpose, adopting a system approach, and driving out the fear. When you are going to, if you are going to select this for the assignment question for task 1, most probably, then you have to explain briefly about the 14 principles too, because this is what his work was. He advocated for the Plan, Do, Check Act, that is PDCA, cycle as a framework for the continuous improvement and problem solving. Because his aim and the critique about the Deming theory was about improvement, continuously improvement and managing everything, the quality especially. So what he did for that, he invented the PDCA for it, which was actually a framework, a regulatory body. Deming emphasized the need for organization to focus on improving processes rather than blaming the individuals for errors, promoting a culture of collaboration and learning. What the other thing he did with the 14 principles and coming up with the PDCA, he did not blame the individual bodies. He said that we need to work on ourselves, on the process, that there's going to be no problem at the end regarding the quality. Then we have Joran's theory. Now, this was invented by Joseph M. Joran. Theory of quality management focuses on meeting consumer needs and wants, defining the quality in terms of the fitness for use. That is, according to the priorities of the consumers, the one which are purchasing our product, we have to make the products, the services according to them. How they like, what they like, everything. Now, the quality trilogy was introduced by him, which consists of planning, controlling, and improvement, which we discussed earlier as well. What they are, they're very important throughout the managing quality. His theory emphasizes the importance of top management's involvement, that is, the board of directors and the stakeholders, in quality initiatives and the need for structured approach to quality management. When your top management is going to be affiliated with the perfect education, with the tools and techniques latest going on, then definitely you're going to make good theories and regardless of processes and structures in the organization. He also introduced the key quality management techniques such as Pareto analysis, which meant that prioritizes the efforts based on the most important factors contributing to the quality issue. That is, the problem which is occurring during the process of a product regarding the quality, we are going to focus on that through Pareto analysis. So Deming invented the PDCA Act with the 14 key principles, and Turan worked on Pareto analysis and triology, quality triology, that is planning, controlling, and improvement. Then we have FIGOM theory. It was developed by Armand V. Fibom. This theory emphasizes the total quality control, TQC. Quality control is all right that we are controlling every work overheads, but the total quality means we have to consider it overall organization, because in an organization there is not one department working, there are plenty. Fibom defined quality as the total composite product and service characteristics of the marketing, engineering, manufacturing, and maintenance through which the product or service in use will meet the expectations of the consumer. The first thing, because his theory is working on TQC. That is why these all departments are mentioned here, and the ethnicities too. He introduced the concept of the hidden plan, referring to the resources wasted on correcting defects and errors that could otherwise be used for productive purposes. Now, what happens is sometimes there are error products or they're not up to the mark or standard which we have defined in the machineries and according to the consumer preference. So what happened is we try to recorrect it or we just paste it. It is better to just sell it out or make it a little bit better without doing a lot of expense. That is what he was working on. Why to waste money and resources? We can do something out of it. Fibon emphasized the importance of employee involvement. That is, in the upper one, which we did, I think, Duran's, he said the top involvement management is necessary. That is the board of directors and stakeholders. However, here he emphasized and gave the importance to employee because all the time they're working. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So Joran, where he was working, he worked on the I forgot that point, which I wanted to refer here. Top management. And this person, Fibon, was working on the employee involvement because they're working day and night in the organization on the different perspectives and shifts. So we need to focus on them as well with the consumer satisfaction as well. And overall, we are working on total quality control. That is, everything should be under control and fine. Then Crosby theory. Philip B. Crosby theory of quality management centers around the concept of zero defects and the idea that quality is free. This person is amazing, was amazing basically. He said that Why to waste money, resources, or to compel for the quality when this is the necessity? You are paying, whether you are an elite class person or a middle class or an upper class or a local person, a normal human being. Quality is your right because you're paying for the product. Crosby emphasized the importance of prevention over the inspection, that is, first to take precautionary measures rather than afterwards checking the defects and problems, and advocated for the proactive approach to quality management. So he worked on the proactive approach, which was actually precautionary measures, taking it earlier. He introduced practical tools and techniques such as the quality vaccine, which meant prevention, prevention from the problems or defects which could occur further on. And the four absolutes of the quality management, they were: quality is defined as conformance of the requirements. Quality prevention is preferable to quality inspection. Zero defects is the performance standard, and quality is measured in the monetary terms. Now, what were the four absolutes of quality management? First, this is the requirement of every person. Second, we need to take preventionary measures, precautionary measures, rather to spend our time and resources on inspection when the defects come. Third, that this is the ultimate right of every person to get excellent products, that is zero defects. For that, we should take precautionary measures and perfectly fine products, that is the initiate resources. And lastly, quality is always quantifiable. You can quantify it, it is measurable, and it is based on money. You are buying it for the money. Okay, Crosby theory highlights the long-term cost savings associated with investing in the quality improvement efforts and the importance of employee involvement in achieving the quality goals. So whatever the goals in the organization has been made under this theory, if the organization is using, then they need to focus on the employee involvement motivation as well. With that, whatever the motivational factors we are taking for the employee engagement and the quality goals. So these were the four theories, and out of them, you need to select only two for your answer. Then last, Ishikawa theory. Kaoru Ishikawa theory of quality management is characterized by its emphasis on the importance of employee involvement, the first thing. Then visualization of problems. That is, we are going to assume it. If we are going to take step A, what will happen? Bad things. Like we need to see the problematic stuff. Then if we are going to opt for plan B or C further, then what will happen? And root cause analysis. If these problem occurs, then what will be the root cause? Maybe there is a financial problem, the management is not perfectly trained, there is a demotivation factor, or the working conditions in household. There are so many things. So introduce the fishbone diagram. It is a kind of fish, like you need to visualize, honestly, the fish structure right now in front of you. That is how his diagram even looked like. As a tool for identifying and visualizing root causes of problems, the first thing, facilitating the structured problem solving. First, you need to identify the problems, then the what caused that problem, and lastly, decision-making process, how we are going to curb that issue. He emphasized the interconnectedness of the quality issues with the organizations and the need for systematic rather than symptomatic solutions. That is, it should be rooted in the system rather than why to opt it, like assuming it. His theory promotes a approach. Bottom approach, again, because he is working on the employee involvement factor as well. This means he is more involved in the people who are at frontline, who are at the lower levels, the normal employees, people, to quality improvement, encouraging employees at all levels to participate in problem solving and continuous improvement initiatives, because the top management is only going to be informed about the problem, that this problem has been occurred, you need to take a decision according to it. But the person who is actually intact with that problem, with that situation, is the people who are actually working on that XYZ project. That is why we worked on bottom up approach. Okay. Is it clear, Manal and Hamza, specifically both of you? Okay, the question is about assess the need for the improvement in organization. That is why there is a necessity of the improvement factor in the organizations. So for this, we have the points. These are all from your indicative content. Continuous improvement is crucial for the organizations to remain competitive and relevant in today's dynamic business environment. For that, we are going to ensure the needs, wants, and aspirations which are met from the perspective of consumers. Why? Because they are the one we are making the products for them. They are price takers. The producers are giving us the price, we need to purchase it. The quality is according to us if the product is quite elastic, that is, it is readily available. If it is niche, then definitely, or inelastic, the producer can charge us more price and accordingly supply that too, like medicines, life-saving drugs. However, here the focus is all about that this is a necessity. The quality is necessity and it's a want and need, both. Then we have identification of the quality gaps. Quality is not same for everyone. It differs according to your pay scale, according to your living style, living standards, and so on. And even it depends on the products too and the organizations as well. Let's read the example for it. A manufacturing company may use quality control tools like Six Sigma or TQM to identify defects in the production line and implement corrective actions to reduce the wastage and improve the product quality. Now, what do organizations do? This example is from the perspective of organizations again, that they have already installed such systems and softwares which are detecting the problems. And they try to make themselves very clear in it that they should not waste a lot of product or resources which are used for making that XYZ product because already the resources are scarce. It is not readily available. Then we have construction or contrasting needs of internal and external consumers. Just like external and internal stakeholders, we do have the kinds of consumers as well. Internal customers refer to the employees and stakeholders within the organization. So this is the definition which many students make mistakes. Internal consumers are those which are also your stakeholders, that is board of directors, top level management people, managers, and they're the employees as well. They're working as well. Maybe they have bought any shares in the organization, whereas the external one, they are the outsiders, the people with different categories, elite, normal one, or the middle one. For example, an HR department may implement training programs to enhance the employee skills and productivity, thereby improving internal consumer satisfaction. By making them more motivated and feel intrigued and giving them the motivational factor, what we could do is, as organization head, we can give them training, we can give them workshops, and even the fringe benefits attached, which are going to make them more excellent in their skills, in their resumes. Then external inspections. By maintaining high standards of the quality and compliance, organization can avoid penalties, fines, and reputational damage. What is inspection here? That is check and balance by the authorities, by the frameworks, by the regulatory departments which are assigned for your organization. They're going to see whether you're working under the law, everything is fine with the taxation, are you doing tax evasion or not, because that's illegal, and stuff like that. You're paying your employees on time, in time, and so on. For example, a pharmaceutical company must continuously monitor and improve its manufacturing process to comply with strict FDA regulations and ensure product safety and efficacy. Why? Because they are providing us life-saving drugs, they're providing us skin-related products, and so on. The collagen, the hair products, the biotin, the supplements, everything is provided by the pharmaceutical firms. So they need to be working under certain frameworks, which is designed by the government, obviously. Okay. So continuous improvement is a fundamental aspect of the organizational success, enabling business to adapt to changing market conditions, meet the consumer expectations, meeting the quality or maintaining the standards of it, and driving the innovation and growth. When you're going to work on the factors of the success of the organization in relation to the objectives of it, then what will happen? You're going to be successful. You're not going to work on a saturation level or a maintaining a maturity level in the organization or a life cycle. You are going to be successful for in the longer run. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then we have 1M1, the merit part. The command verb here is evaluate. Evaluate the impact on organizations of failing to maintain and improve quality. We are going to work on the organizations which are working on the saturatory period, that is, they're improving their quality plus they're maintaining as well, that is maintaining the standards at one line. The first one is loss of consumers and clients. Now, what happened is that if you're not providing the perfect quality, stands, and the services to your clients, to your loyal consumers, then what happens is they are going to go to the competitors, your rivals, because the competition is tough in the market. Everyone is selling the internet in the market, but there must be some company which is going to be good in the consumer satisfaction or the service department and giving the internet on time. So you need to see these factors. That is why loss of consumer and client is necessary point when we are discussing the saturatory or maintenance of the quality in the organization. Then we have damage to business reputation. Business reputation, that is damage to goodwill. Goodwill is your reputation, your respect in the industry, in the market. For example, you are not able to produce or give the order in time to your clients. What will happen? Definitely, they are going to start badmouth you that this company is not providing the agreement on time and they have taken the money, but the quality of the service is quite low. What will happen? You are going to be at stake at the goodwill. Your reputation is going to be devastated. Increased reworking of faulty products. That is, why to spend your time, your energy, your resources on already those products which were already made for the consumers and they came back due to some default. You can give them some repentance, you can give them some money back, like that, money back guarantees. There are so many things. For example, a manufacturing company may need to recall a batch of faulty products to address safety concerns or defects, resulting in significant expense associated with reworking or replacing the defective units, like the Toyota Motors. There was a defect in their car, and they need to recall all the cars which were already dispatched on that model. So it was a huge cost on this company. Then we have increased wastage. When we are going to work on the faulty products, then definitely we are going to come up with the waste as well. And with that, if we are making up new products, waste is necessary. We are going to produce the waste. There is going to be something. For that, what we can do, we can install the catalyst inverter. We can use good innovatory systems which can reduce the emission of carbon dioxide and methane. Then increased cost, expenses. It is not easy because we have to see the legal frameworks. We need to pay the farmers or employees. We need to pay each and every person salaries, rents, fixed costs, variable costs. So everything is going to be discussed under the element of cost. For example, a car manufacturing facing quality issues within a specific model may incur substantial expenses in conducting recalls, addressing safety concerns, and compensating affected consumers too. Then legal implications. For example, a company is making products, but there is a problem in the making of the product. What will happen? The organizations could be sued by the consumers. It is very easy. Not in the developing nations, but in developed nations, it is very common. If something happens to a person, they can easily sue your organization, and can have a lot of money. Effect on staff morale, that is the motivational level of the people who are working day and night in the organization. What we could do to improve that, we can give them fringe benefits, we can give them good working conditions, we can give them paid holidays, at least 2 to 3 weeks off in a year. There are so many policies. So failing to maintain and improve quality can have far-reaching consequences for the business organizations, including loss of consumers, reputational damage, increased costs, legal liabilities, and adverse effects on the employee morale. It is imperative for the organization to prioritize quality management and continuous improvement to mitigate these risks and ensure long-term success. If you want to eliminate these problems from your organization, it must be very clear that we need to work on these problems and make them solutions for the people and for the organization as well. Lastly, we have the distinction factor, that is, what do we have in it? Evaluate the impact of external factors on the choice of approach to quality management. That is, in the organization, we always select certain approaches, not an approach. Different methodologies are being used. So what is the impact of that on the external factors? We will look at that. Again, all the points are from your indicative content. Policy regulations. Government policies and regulations, particularly those related to the quality standards and compliance requirements, can shape an organization approach to quality management. That is, already the organization is working with the government, that is, working under the legal law firm and taxes, everything. But with that, we need to work on the policies as well. What is going on by the government, we need to regulate as well in the organizations too. Like industries such as healthcare, food production, and automotive manufacturing are subject to strict regulatory standards imposed by government agencies. Why? If you're running a restaurant, for example, and a person got a food poisoning, what will happen? First, the goodwill is going to be damaged, then heavy charges are going to be implied on their organizations. And there are then definitely different factors which are associated with it. Then we have legal requirements. Legal considerations, including contractual obligations, product liability laws, and consumer protection regulations, can influence the choice of quality management approach. Now, if you have a food business, then you need to see every obligation which is according to the legal requirements for that, for opening it up, for maintaining the services, everything. For example, the manufacturers of the consumer goods must ensure that their products meet safety standards and quality perfections or the specifications to avoid potential lawsuits or liability claims resulting from the product defects or failures. Again, if you are making a product or any makeup, lipsticks, eyeshadows, and whatever the stuff for the makeup is, if it is not of a perfect quality and a person contracted with a problem, then they can sue you and the government can take heavy taxes from you with that penalties as well. Technology. Everything should be up to mark, up to date, and whatever the latest technology is going on around you, you need to work on it. It is expensive, but it should be utilized by every organization, whether you're an SME, a larger corporation, or a multinational. Your department should be trained because this is the responsibility of the IT department and the research and development department both. For example, in digital technologies such as quality management software, QMS, data analytics sensors have enabled organizations to streamline quality control process, collecting the real-time quality data and identify performance trends more efficiently. Why? Because it is not humanly possible to detect every person or every problem all the time. You need to hire machines, softwares, even robots as well to see these things. Social factors, increasing consumer awareness of the quality and growing expectations for the product reliability, safety, and sustainability can influence the organizational strategies for the quality management because nowadays every person is literate due to social media platforms and different campaigns which are going on around the world. That is why they know that the quality is their right, they need to have it. For example, consumers today are more informed and empowered than ever before, thanks to social media and so on. Organization must prioritize quality management practices that align with the social, societal values, ethical standards, and environmental sustainability goals to meet the consumer expectations and maintain brand reputation. Why we are working on the quality all the time now, why we are working on the sustainability, environmental friendly products, recycled products, because the population is now aware of it. That if they're going to use the plastic, and the stainless steel, they are going to caught up with the cancer. In conclusion, the external factors such as policy regulations, legal requirements, technology advancements, and the social trends exert significant influence on the organization's choices of quality management approaches. Now, it depends on the organization and the way they're opting for the approaches. It varies, it differs from one organization to another because they need to see what the resources are for the technological advancements, how they are catering with the trends which are going on above in the society. By understanding and adapting to these external factors, organizations can effectively navigate the regulatory complexities, that is, the problems which are always navigating throughout from the governmental or the framework side, then mitigating the legal risk, that is, eliminating them, fighting with them, coping up with them, leverage technology capabilities, that is, maximizing the resources for using the latest technology in the organization while making the decisions or opting for the new products, and meeting the evolving consumer expectations to achieve the sustainable quality outcomes. Why sustainable quality outcome is necessary? Because we need to sustain in the industry, in the market for the longer period of time. We're not going to be there for 1 year, 2 year max. We can stay there 50 years as well. It depends on our methodologies and techniques, how we cater the consumers and the techniques. That's it. We are done with lecture 2.